Hi all. Well, here we are, the morning after. Just zoomed in on the culprit here that spoiled everything for us on the last card play of the day. Yeah, it's a pity. I wanted to come down, sit down today, and hopefully get all my guys back in supply and start doing something more positive with them than what I had to do last turn, but things are going to be worse. That's assuming I feel like it. I mean, I still feel like trying, but I think the worst parts to out of supply are if they're mechanised, they may move only one hex. So there's quite a few mechanised units involved. In fact, the majority of them are probably mechanised. So only be able to move one hex is not going to let them do much, and they can't attack. So it's not that we can get around something, Yeah, hang on, I'm being called upon. Okay, sorry about that, got called into action. Right, can't remember what I was on about. I think I was talking about out of supply. So mechanised units can only move one hex. Like I said, majority of them are that are going to be out of supply. May not build an IP, may not attack, and then if it's the defender, the attackers may draw one extra combat chip and may disregard one attacker hit. And also that low supply counts as well, so they can't draw combat tactics if... Well, actually no, they can't attack, can they? So there's that. May not receive replacements, and I suppose that's another low supply condition. But I think I should probably start the turn and see how it's looking. The main purpose again is going to be to try and gain a supply line. I think these... Right, let me zoom out again. Let's get away for that guy. Don't really want to ponder on him, do we? I think, like I said, this guy, and this guy, I think I'll be able to trace. But that's it. Everything else. This guy too? No, I don't even think they will. Which is annoying because I could have moved that whole stack down to there, couldn't I? There you go. Hindsight. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they kind of stretch across. So there you go. So we're only going to get that one unit. Thought that cube should be away now. Yeah. Well, we'll start the turn up anyway. Because the other exciting part was we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting 5 extra units from 3 from one core and then 1 from a different core. 1 each from a different core. This was our last reinforcements on the 25th, so it would have been nice to have got them in, and I suppose they might freshen things up a little bit, but I'm not sure what we're going to do. The other thing is, this is obviously a big issue, this area in the middle. It's all open. These allies could stroll over to the west wall hexes if they so desired. Anyway, well, we're still here for now. I've been at this a while now, so I maybe would like to start another game. I've been fiddling about with smaller games on the other table from time to time, but I'd quite like to set up something a bit bigger and get down to it again. But this is still holding me. It's still keeping me there. And admittedly, I did think I was going into a better turn than it's going to be, but hey ho. Okay, so the reserve phase. Well, there's the units I was talking about up there. So I'm going to bring them down to the reserve units. What you have a better look. So there's the units we have in reserve. The Allies get 3 more British Corps units from the 51st Division, just infantry units. We get a nice 4-step infantry unit for 53rd and a 4-step infantry unit for the 67th up north. So We also got 3 units from 3 kind of weak infantry units from the 58th, isn't it? So there are only 2 strength these two, and this one's actually only, well, it's 2 strength bracketed, it's only a 1-step unit though. So nothing brilliant there, but it's still 3 new units to come on the board, hopefully. Okay, so that's that, and there's no units in the reserve units box that are 2 days late that we can deploy. So next part, card prep phase. Well, I've done all that. There's nothing changed at all with the cards, so I've shuffled everything up and I've drawn my hand. I've shuffled all the allied stuff up. There's no changes. They don't get any reinforcements. I've got a card on the 26th and then a card on the 27th. Because, the 26th and the 27th is all about the allies. There's the last 2 stacks of reserves for the 26th here and the 27th, even worse. So, whether we get here, well, I'm pretty sure if we don't get a supply head by the end of the 25th, I think I'll not be moving on in the 26th, I don't think. But I suppose there's a lot of things could happen in the day, and I might find that it's not going to work even halfway through the day. Okay, so we've done all that. So next is the supply phase. Oh goody. So in the first part's Allied Air Interdiction, so draw Allied command card battle. We might as well have a look at our hand first. I'll just tilt the camera down like that and show you what I've got. 2 53rd Corps cards. OKW 47th. Right, so we've got 2 division cards. Well, remember might as well have a look at quoting for the 25th. Yeah, both of them have got the 25th. Oh dear. That's not a good start. I suppose it depends where they are. If it's units that are out of supply, do we really care? Anyway, that's not until the end of the very last step of the supply phase we consider them. So we're going to draw an allied command card, and see if we get air power again, which we're quite good at drawing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 command level cards, so it would have to be one of them that would be discarded, and then we miss our first impulse, but let's just hope that we can avoid that. So I'll draw the ally command card now. Hey, hooray! So no air power. That's what we're looking for, eh? Air power command event, or if it was an army or army group card. Well, it's not, so that's good. So we can play bridge engineers. Yeah, I didn't mean to have a wee look, but I was still quite confident that repairing a bridge right now would not have helped us at all, and even having another glance here, I still can't see any bridge fix that would. Nothing helps us get supply back. Turns out we have no bridge engineer events. We've not got any event cards actually. Actually, while we're talking about bridges, I mentioned this, I meant to go and look at it. I had talked about this unit here. They made an attack into this hex and then advance after combat into this hex. And then I thought there'd been another act. I wasn't sure, but I thought they had activated on the division card, and then we had drawn the core card, so they activated again. Well, it was a case that they did activate on a division card, I think, and we did draw a core card. But what we didn't activate the core. It was just that was the time when we redeployed a couple of units that were out of contact. That's when it clicked with me that, oh god, out of contact, redeployment. I think the 7th Armour unit was one. I think it maybe moved from here across to here with out of contact redeployment, and I think this other guy was maybe another one that had moved that was out of contact as well, possibly something like that. But what I'm trying to get around to was the core, the units didn't activate, so if they had activated, they would have gained this bridge, but they've not. As soon as they activate, this will become ally controlled, unless I can get a German unit in here, but that's rather unlikely. So just while we're talking about bridges, I'll chuck that one in there. Okay, so now we have to determine supply status. Okay, well, we'll have a look up the north first, see if there's anything went wrong there. I've not really been paying attention to the north, so it could get worse. Yeah, all the units up here are good. The ones in the city here can trace into here for 1, and then 2 onto this road, which is good for supply. Yeah. And this guy as well can go 1, 2 onto the road, that's fine. 1, 2, that's fine. He can just go up to the road. These guys here are okay as well. I can trace into here for 1, 2, and 3 onto that road. And yeah, this guy's fine, 1, 2 onto that road. This guy is trapped though, so now what am I going to do with supply markers now? Well, there's going to be less that are a low supply, so what I'll probably do is keep these black cubes to signify out of supply, and just put markers on. That's the wrong one, isn't it? That's another side grant. Yeah, so he's in low supply, something like that. So that's all the guys up the north. Well, look down south. Nah, I might as well just going west now and finding out what's what. Well, do we need to really look at it all, Grant? We've went over it so many times, and this was the road. All these units, apart for this unit along the end, he's definitely in trouble. But all these units and these can all reach this road. So down here is fine, up here is fine, into here is fine, down, along down. Yeah, there's no other road. I mean, the only other way to have done it but I mean, remember, I think I activated this core. I had I had the supplemental card to activate these guys again as well, and they come from away over there, so they done no bad to get to do what they done, and then we had the division card to move these guys into position as well. Ideally, I wanted to come around here and get at this hex, but well, and then we could have maybe got onto this road up here, but that was just too much. Just too many units there. So again, yes, we can come down here, and yes, we can come into R1, and then this is what happened at the end. Supply can still be traced into there, and then it can't reach here. Which is, if it could have reached that hex, we were golden. So, well, let's see the ones that I think are okay. So, this guy can go 1 across the bridge, 2, 3, 4, get on this road, trace down here, and then up and then away. So he's good. That was him. So I'll take the cube off him. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So he's reaching the same road. And this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. And I'm really annoyed that I didn't at least. Oh no, it was a any one unit, isn't it? Ah well, there you go. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was talking about. Yeah, it was an any one unit move at the end anyway, so I couldn't have moved more than one of them. He can't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I keep looking, hoping that I'm going to spot something that I've missed, but it's not happening. So him and anything west, and these guys as well, they can't get out. He can't get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just one hex short of that road. So all of these are going to go from low supply to out of supply. Everything. Yeah. Everything there. So, well, let's just finish off with the other German units because we've got a couple down here. Because I think this guy's now okay. He was marked low supply. Yeah, he can go 1. Well, he can just go. Well, he's on a supply road actually. He's okay. So he loses his low supply. The other German units here, they're on that road as well. That can trace onto that road. That's on the road. This guy can just go up that way. Yeah, you can just go up that way. And these two are still okay. We've got the bridge, and he can trace onto that road and away. So all of them are okay down there. Just while we're down here, the other thing I need to start worrying about now as well. I mean, there's a lot of things, I suppose, but this unit can't just pop down into R1 now because of this having zone of control here, and he gets an activation. Whereas these infantry units didn't have the movement to get down. This guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4 into R1, and that's us losing 5 victory points. So I see we've got the OKW card in hand, and that's possibly going to be my first move, is maybe to move this guy down into R1 and possibly move this guy. The thing is, it looks like we're going to have to give up on Bastogne now as well, doesn't it? Well, unless we can get support from these guys coming across. As I was thinking, move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down into this town, and then this guy down into R1. That's taking him away from the fight here. Well, we'll get around to that anyway. So, I think that's solved the German supply issues. So I've got just a normal low supply marker now for low supply, and I've changed these wee black cubes are signifying out of supply. And like I talked about before, if they're mechanised, they may only move 1 hex. I mean, the majority of them are mechanised, so it's going to be a slow process making any moves with them. But it's like they're pretty useless for this whole day, really. So can we survive? Sorry about that. I got a call on my phone. I cut things off. So, where was I? I think I was just discussing the state of my out of supply units and the fact that they're not going to be of much use. So, we'll plod on and see how we go, I think. Anyway. Okay, so we've adjusted supply status of the German units. So I suppose we should have a look at the Allied units, so see how they are for supply. Okay, so no issues for these guys. They're on the edge. He's fine. This guy here still can't trace, so he's going to go out of supply. So that's good for us because I don't know, it's probably more up north and down south that we're going to be trying to do things. Okay, he's okay. They're okay. Now this unit in here, well, I put him in there, so he must be all right still. Yeah, this is the one that's kind of gotten behind and can still trace down here. So these guys are alright. Just move things back a little bit there. Yeah, there's no issues with them. They're still. This is the main line of the main Allied line, and they're all easily tracing supply. There was these units that came in here, because these bridges are broken, so yeah, I think the fact that they can get on this road though, so this guy can go 1, 2 onto that road, up into here, and then down and away. Yeah, again, that shows you how important it was to have at least kept something in there. But yeah. And well, this guy can go 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the same road, and so can these. So they're okay. The guys, oops, sorry. The guys all further south here are alright as well. There's no issues with them. So just the ones across here. I think the downside is this guy is now able to trace supplies since he's retreated out of this hex. So we knocked a step off him, but he's now able to trace supply. This guy's okay, obviously. Boo. This guy can go 1, 2, yeah, they're alright as well. So yeah, it was really only that one unit up the north that we've knocked out of supply now, so might be good, might give us a chance to have a go at him now, because not only does he not get combat tactics, he's now, we can ignore a hit, can't we? Something like that. Okay, so I think that's all the supply issues dealt with. Remove roadblock markers is the next step. Well, I've not seen one of them for a long time, so. And then out of fuel. Okay, so we've got issues with that. Yeah. We've got big issues, haven't we? We've got 2 cards. We're probably going to have to discard both these cards. They've both got assault coordination on them. Oh dear. So here are the 2 cards. So we're on to the 25th. So this card is going to affect the 10th SS Panzer Division. And that's one of the ones that we got in supply, unfortunately. And then this is the 2nd Panzer Division, or 47th Corps. I'm pretty sure all of them are in trouble anyway. Well, there's nothing I can do. I've not even got the fuel priority event if I wanted to use that. I've no fuel markers, so I'm going to have to discard both of these cards, and yeah, I don't think it matters. The fact I've got 2, I don't think that's relevant really. I think you've got to just ditch them both, and let's have an RB double check at the rule. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that prevents 2 of the cards being discarded, so the 10th SS Panzer Division, there's these 2 units that were out of fuel anyway. So, sorry, out of supply. So now they're out of fuel. So, kind of, well, it means they can't move at all, can they? So I suppose they would have been able to move 1 hex at least, but now they can't. Slightly more unfortunately was this unit that we moved, and we were able to trace supply with him. He's now out of fuel as well, and we have to discard this card. So, and then we're looking for, we're looking for the 2nd Panzer units of the 47th. There's one there. So he's out of fuel. And They're all wear units. Where's the other second Panzer units? We have lost one of them, so there's only two. 9th Panzer, I think he might be in here. No. That's an infantry unit. Okay, where is he? 9th Panzer, 9th Panzer. Okay, maybe this isn't 9th Panzer. Here then. Yeah, there he is. Have we got that on camera? Sorry. I'm over here. I zoomed in a bit, didn't I? Right, we found him anyway. So the guy in St Hubert, he's going to get He's going to be out of fuel as well. Probably wouldn't have been moving him, I suppose, but yeah, it doesn't matter so much about them. The one I think mattered a little bit about them because I might have. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be moving any of them, to be honest. Well, I won't now. It's a wee bit annoying about that guy because. Sorry, I'm in a very good start of things today, am I? Still the effects of last night. Yeah, this guy being out because I had contemplated trying to move him down to this town and let this guy come down to Ardennes, so he's not going to be able to come down to this town now, so something else is going to have to happen regarding that. Okay, so that's, and we discard this card as well, so that's down to 4 cards already. So that's all the supply phase taken care of, but we didn't get hit by the air interdiction, so it's a German impulse to start the day. Well, I've not got a clue what I'm going to do. I suppose that the fact we've got 2 core cards for the 53rd, we've got 1 unit in the reserve units box of the 53rd. So it wouldn't be a terrible idea to bring him out and then maybe activate the core to do something with these guys. Possibly come up to try and come round this side of Bastogne maybe. And even to come up here to try and shut off the supply that the Allies are now getting there as well. I'd probably like to consider bringing the 85th Corps up as well, but I don't know, we've now got 2 armoured units down here. Whether the 80 Corps could just sit there and take care of them, or when I say take care of them, just hold them at bay. Who knows. Okay. I think I'll pause there for now and think about maybe what I'm going to do next, guys. But we're still here, for the moment anyway. Okay, cheers. Hi all. So just a quick reminder of the 4 cards in my hand. I've got the 47 Panzer Corps card, which is a whole lot of nothing really. Well, the units can all move at 1 hex, I suppose, but 2 cards for the 53rd, so probably going to have a look at them. I feel like I should probably get that guy down into Arlon, use the OKW just before that Allied armour unit threatens it. It just seems a bit risky to let the Allies have an impulse and all this to pop up on them just to go and steal that. I mean, I'm going to have to... I picked up a wee error. I'll make a wee comment on it. Not that it's relevant anymore because this guy can't move, but I did talk about him coming down to here, but he's not quite got the movement because he's got to break his zone of control, so it's 3 into here. Or I suppose it'd be 2 into there. Doesn't matter, it's 3 into there and then or 2 into there, so he can't quite get into the town anyway. But, well, he can't move at all now, so it's kind of... I'll make a wee comment. So yeah, I can certainly bring this guy down into R1. It's going to leave this town vacant. I could potentially, I suppose, bring that guy into the town as well. So leaving this hex empty. Actually, you know what? That might not be the worst. Now hold on though, Grant. We've got to still find. We're still got to think. I know it's going to be a long day if we're going to get through it all, but we've still got to think about keeping our supply road. Yeah, I think it's better to leave that unit there, to be honest. That is something we could have done with that. We could have moved that into the town and then moved that down to there on the paper. No, can't do that now either. So, but this infantry unit can't get into this town movement-wise as long as it's adjacent to that, because he's got to break his zone of control. So it's 1, 2 into there, 3 into there. So he can't reach this town. Yeah, if we move that unit out of there, that hex is free, but would. Yeah, you know what, that is too risky. I should keep that hex. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to get right in there, not muck about. I'm going to play the OKW and activate them. I'm going to move this unit. I'm moving away from this bridge as well, I'm gonna. Yeah, so as soon as I do that, any unit approaching this bridge, actually probably from, well, maybe not either side. Anyway, the approaching from that side is going to have to take a bridge check. And again, is there going to be any of that happening? Probably not. Okay, Grant, let's just move this guy down into R1, I think. There's 5 victory points down there that if I manage to be able to keep going on, I've got to limit the amount of victory points that I start losing. I'm up 43 just now. Like I said to you, if I take it to the last day, I've still got to have 35 victory points for a win. So that's us losing 8 victory points, and we can still win the game. No, sorry. I'm looking at the loss condition. It's greater. Oh no, yeah, it's greater than or equal to 35. Yeah. So, I mean, the day before that, the 28th, if I had greater than 40, I'd need 41. Well, I'm sitting at that at the minute. So, but we're only on the 25th just now, so it's a few days to get through. Okay, so I'll move that unit there. I don't think I'm going to move this guy. And these guys are out of supply. They can only move 1 hex. They could only move to here. I don't really see the point. Yeah, there could be a whole lot of nothing done by me in this whole day. I think it's going to be that all the allies doing stuff. I suppose we've got a little bit we can do up north, but anyway, we'll bash away now. So if that's the only unit we're going to move. Yeah, the supply unit's cannot build an IP either. So it's not even as if I can get an IP on them. I can, however, get an IP on this guy because he's not got supply issues and he's not moved or attacked. But that's so. What about out of fuel units? On. Yeah, I don't actually see anything restricting out of fuel units to build an IP. So although he can't move or attack, he's been activated. So as far as what I can read, it's not something I've used before, but yeah, it just says the unit may not move, retreat, or advance after combat. I'm not quite sure how it can advance after combat because it can't attack. Okay, not quite sure why that's written like that, but unless I'm picking something up wrong. Right, it doesn't seem like it can't take an IP though. But this one's out of fuel, but it's also out of supply, so it can't build an IP, and they're out of supply, so they can't build an IP. So yeah, a couple of IPs built. This guy moved down to Arlon. That's impulse done. So we are going to get to draw 3 new cards, aren't we? Yeah. So we'll have a quick look and see what they are. Now, hang on, that's us activated these guys as well. Right, draw my 3 new cards, just while I've got you there. So what we get, so we got first SS, 85th, so first SS is something that we can maybe do with them. They were pretty battered and bruised, weren't they? Oh my gosh, look. 3rd PG Division, no fuel on the 25th. Now, hold on, do we care? Were they not the ones that got eliminated? No, there's only 1 in the eliminated units box. Okay, I'll go and have a look what's going to happen with that. Yeah, sorry, just before I go and have a look, there is only 2 units from the 3rd PG Division. One of them has been eliminated already. The other one, I think, is the one that's way up north under these. I think it's up there. I don't know if that's a big problem or not, because it was unlikely I was going to make any attack on that Saka armour unit, so I'm just defending. And the other one's eliminated, well, there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm going to have to discard this card and mark that 3rd PG Division unit out of fuel. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you with the next Allied Impulse. Okay, that's done. So just before we step into the next Allied Impulse, I just got a reply to my post regarding out of contact units redeploying to attack into a German unoccupied German controlled town. If you remember back, it was this town here we were considering. It turns out I was trying to make an attack that I shouldn't have been trying anyway, because I was trying to attack with a unit that was in low supply on its own. But anyway, the situation arose and I couldn't find anything, and I posted a comment. Martin came back saying although there was nothing official to say, that he felt that it was hinted at within the rules. And I tended to agree with that, thinking that it was meant as you would deploy a reserve unit. Reserve units can't get deployed in a German town. Then there was a rat about that said that roadblocks couldn't be put into a German town. Anyway, John Butterfield just came back and clarified that it was intent. Actually, I'll read the post. Hang on. Yeah, just to read it. The intention is that out of contact units redeploy under reserve unit deployment restrictions, including during a friendly attack. An out of contact unit can't be placed in a German town. So there we go. We've got clarity on that. We've got the main man's came on and told us how it should be. So that's good. That's the way I'm saying it's the way I played it. The attack wasn't happening anyway, but at least now we know that can't happen. Okay, let's see what the Allies are going to get up to on their first impulse of the 25th of December. The British units again. Oh, and they've got some reserves, so okay. Yeah, they've got the 351st Division infantry units. So they're going to deploy them somewhere. So I'll get them across and we'll have a look. Okay, I don't think we need to go and look at deployment method A, because the last time the guys activated, well, we looked at out of contact units redeploying somewhere. There's no German units that can get proximate to any hex that's west of the Meuse. Across the Meuse. There's no German units at all. And these units can only be deployed west of the Meuse, so that's basically that. So we can't deploy them on method A. Method B, well, they're all from the same division. So their division isn't on the board yet. I'm assuming there's only 3 units, so don't think you ever get more than 3, do you? I think 3 is the maximum, isn't it? That's 53rd division. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first of them appearing. So we can't deploy them beside another unit from the division. So looking at something within 4 hexes of a German unit. So let's see what we can get there. Yeah, it looks pretty simple, this one. You're eventually going to look for highest hold value. There's a couple of 2s there, but this one's a 4, and it's only 2 hexes away from a German unit. It's in supply. It's in the core area. It's west of the Meuse. They don't care about core boundaries. Just need to be west of the Meuse, and it's within 3 of a unit in the same army, but it's also within 3 of the unit in the same core, and their division's not on the board yet. So I think that's got a whole value of 4, so it's highest. So I think unit number 9 would come in there. And remember, method B doesn't need notification there. I think it just shudders a wee bit. I don't think it comes through and causes much. I just left it the last time, but if for some reason it really bothers you, anybody that's watching anyway, let me know. Yeah, and like I say, method B doesn't care about deploying adjacent to a German, an allied unit, sorry. So, and then we go back and basically now we've got the divisions, so they all just come in the same hex. Well, that was nice and simple, really. That's that allied impulse over, so we might as well just keep going and move along, try and keep it going. I mean, some of the allied turns are probably going to be a bit slower than that, I think. I was just looking again at my cards and I've still not got any events, or I thought I didn't have. We've got a special here, Monty Tidies the Lines, and it's applicable on the 24th to the 25th, so you can use it on either day. I think I maybe mentioned it. No, I couldn't have had it yesterday, could I? Well, I must have seen it before. Anyway, so just having a look at it. I hadn't tried it before. I don't think I've ever been to the 25th or the 24th, but maybe I have. But Monty Tidies the Lines. This day only, when drawing action cards for formations in US First Army, treat all cards numbered 1 to 10 as no action. That sounds rather interesting, like, but First Army though, isn't it? Yeah. I think I'd probably prefer the Third Army to be doing nothing, but anyway, obviously Montgomery was involved with the First Army. I'm not great with the history of it all. The downside to that, if I use it for that, I mean, I was going to use it to deploy that unit we've got in the reserve units box and then activate the core. So I'll not be able to do that. I mean, I could wait a little bit in the hope that I might have the division card to bring out the unit in the reserve units box, maybe. on saying that, if I then draw that, it might put the mechanised units out of fuel if it's a division card that's involving them. I just remembered I had the division card for these guys, didn't I? So that might be the only division card there is. I think some of the smaller divisions, the division cards can say deploy any one unit from the core. Or in fact, can they not all say that? No. Oh, hang on. Or is that not? Is that not something you can do? Yeah, sorry. It has it on the specific division card. It says deploy one core unit from that core, but I don't think they have any more than one division card. And we played that last turn, so we're not getting that today. Okay, sorry, I got dragged away there again. Yeah, I was talking about the fact that we're not going to draw that card today, that's right. So we're not going to get a chance to bring that reserve unit in with a division card. Unless there happens to be another division card, but I don't think so. It's a small kind of core. So I think I'm going to play this for that special event. I wish I knew what the 1 to 10 cards were, numbered 1 to 10. And it is first army, and I think I would have if it was a third army down, you know, the units down the bottom. I think it would have been a definite, like, let's do that. But it still might be good because, you know, we do have, these are part of the first army here, around here. And, like I say, I'm not awful sure what the 1 to 10 cards are. Like I say, it doesn't mean I'm not going to get that reinforcement unit out. Because I had thought I could have brought him out maybe to here, somewhere about there, and possibly I was talking about getting a unit into this junction, maybe to mess about with these guys' supply. But I mean, even also going 1, 2, 3 into here, giving this guy a bit of support. Starting to think about that. Doesn't sound too bad, because I can't. When I activate the core, I can't. I'm not gonna have the movement. I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, and 1, 2, 3. I can only get to here. Where if I deploy that guy first, then I activate the core, I can get him in a better position. Decisions, eh? Okay, I think I've changed my mind. I would like to see how this special gets on, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play that one to deploy the unit. I'm going to play the other one. My thinking here is there is a chance. We never drew the 7th Army card yesterday. So we got the 7th Army card. That then gives us, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, it could then let us play that special for its special and use the 7th Army card to activate the units in the 53rd. So could do that, but you know what's going to happen. My next Allied command card is going to be one of these 1 to 10 cards. Okay, so I'm going to use this to deploy all core reserves. I've only got one unit, so it's this guy here. And like I say, I think I'm going to play some. He's got to be 3 hexes away from an allied unit, and within 3 of a unit in the same division or well, he's the only unit. Don't think there's I've not seen any 9th division units from them. I'm pretty sure he's a sole division unit. So, but I can put him 1, 2. I can put him 3 away from the core unit to here, like I said, he's on a supply road and he's at least 3 away from an allied unit. So all is good. Yeah, so I can put him there. And like I say, my thinking, initially I just wanted to maybe get to this hex, but I quite like the idea of getting at this hex, and then if this guy survives, it gives us, it gives him a supply trace outlook. Right, why is that guy... That guy should be in low supply. I must have missed him. Have I missed something there? Yeah, clearly have. Yeah, I figured just because he was in the middle of things there, I'm assuming I just never really noticed him. So he didn't have supply issues before. No. Or did he? Oh dear. I don't think so, but he should be in low supply now. Yeah, I must have missed that one. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, so I was just checking. This unit was in supply at the beginning of the 24th, and but the beginning of the 25th, he's not able to trace supply, so he is in low supply. Sorry about that. I must have missed that one. Okay, so yeah, again, getting this guy adjacent into either this hex or this hex gives him enables him to trace through the unit and get supply back. I wonder if actually this hex, because if I put him in this hex, I don't think these guys can get a supply trace. I think this one still can. He can go 1, 2 onto that road, but then I'm quite keen on maybe moving one of the guys up to here as well to stop that, and possibly moving one of them even further up with strategic movement, I think. Okay, it's all, what am I going to do? Thinking this and thinking that, right? Yeah, I'm going to deploy that guy there. And maybe somebody that played that Monty Tidies the Lines will say, oh, Grant, you should be playing that one. It's really good. Well, we'll still go out there. So, and I'm going to get to draw 2 cards after this impulse, because again we discarded one from another no fuel situation. So if we happen to see the 7th Army card or the Army Group card, where's that? That's like, we've not had that for ages. Okay, so that's my impulse spent. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just one command level activates the allies anyway. So and that doesn't count as activating this core. Remember that. So we could still use the core card to activate them next turn if we wanted. Okay, let's have a quick look at the 2 cards before we pass on to the allies again. Here we go. Oh dear. Right. No more events. This is for the guys up the top, which I was quite keen on trying to move. Then again, we've got a unit in the reserve units box for these guys too. I mean, I would have liked to have maybe deployed him from the division card for this, but oh no, that was the one we discarded, wasn't it? Oh dear, things aren't going well. And this one is for, well, that's the guy that's in Bastogne, isn't it? Yeah. Not so sure that was 2 great cards to go really. There's the army cards. Okay. Right, I've actually run this for a little while, probably rabbiting on again. So I think I'll take a pause there just to cut the video. But probably come straight back when I let in a pause. But I'll cut it here just now, guys. Okay. Cheers.